Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 2003 Nissan Fairlady Z, also known as the 350Z. Now this has 1016 horsepower, 829 pounds-feet of torque from a 4.1 litre twin turbocharged V6 engine. The car itself now weighs 2,987 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can only do 0 to 60 in 3.045 seconds, 0 to 100 in 5.967 seconds, and going to a top speed of 194 miles an hour. So the engine from this is from the Nissan GT-R NISMO, which coincidentally is the fastest Nissan that we've had on this series so far at 3 minutes 17.973. So yeah, whether or not this can do any better, we'll have to see. But yeah, the speed, acceleration, launch and braking are all good. Off-road capabilities on the lower side. Usually cars are above 7, so yeah, being below that is a little bit concerning, and the handling could be a lot better as well. So yeah, but this could go either way, quite frankly, as we've seen with so many cars in this series. Just because the stats might not be in the favour, or the horsepower or the torque might not be in the favour, or it might be a little bit on the weighty side, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be slow. And the opposite also is true. Just because it's got great stats, a great amount of power, doesn't mean it's going to be quick. So yeah, that's we'll see. Giving it a rear wing just to give it a little bit of an extra control at the rear, considering this is dealing with a lot more power than it had originally, 700 horsepower thereabouts. So yeah, so it will provide a little bit of control. On the whole, it's feeling a little bit fine. Quite frankly, really well quite controlled at the moment, which I wasn't expecting, because obviously this was not meant for all-wheel drive, wasn't meant for going off-road, and certainly wasn't meant for this level of power. We're getting to more than 160 down now, which is ridiculous, quite frankly. So yeah, we're taking this out because we are celebrating the inclusion of the new Nissan Z car. That will be out in a couple of days, or in a day even. Pretty sure it's a new series tomorrow, so yeah, celebrating the inclusion of the new Z car, which I'm really looking forward to. It looks great, and yeah, by the sounds of it, has a lot of power and is a good sports car overall, so all that rings true in this game. But regardless, this Z car is doing well so far, no issues at all so far, which again is surprising. Agile through the corners as well. No major understeer to report either. Now it's not any more cylinders in this engine over the standard engine, because it was a V6 to start with, but it is a bigger engine. It's 600cc. Obviously it's got 2 turbochargers on it as well on top of that. I chose this engine because it was given a reasonable amount of power, the amount of weight that this car has. It's also a Nissan engine, and yeah, it's also still a V6, which I figured would be quite friendly for this car, and it seems to be so. To a reasonable rate of speed, again getting stopped in time, again no real understeer to report. Yeah, this is easily one of the more balanced cars that we've had between power, handling and off-road capability. Whether or not that's going to make it fast or not, being quite unremarkable in terms of basically having nothing wrong with it. We'll have to see. Just because this car's easy to drive down here does not necessarily mean it's going to be quick. Oh dear. We're going to use our rewind for that, because we'll use another one actually just to get a good angle. We're near the end of the finish line anyway, there's no harm in using them. Much better braking line through there. And there we go. So yeah, that is not the fastest Nissan that we've had at 3 minutes 18.299. It's about 0.3 of a second behind the GT-R NISMO, but that is still a remarkably quick time for a car that, unlike the GT-R, didn't have all-wheel drive standard, so that was going against it, and yeah, it certainly wasn't meant for going off-road either. Not that the GT-R NISMO was, but it still had all-wheel drive standard, so it was at least used to that. But yeah, that is yeah, right alongside the Nissan, as there's no other cars between it and this. So yeah, that also means we've beaten the Audi RS e-tron GT, Porsche 558 Spider, the likes of the Lamborghini Cyan Roadster, the Lincoln Co. number 100 Cyan Racing, Hot Wheels Diora 2, as well as off-road vehicles like the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, the Nissan Safari Z 370Z, so we're quicker than the off-road version of the successor to this car, as well as the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. We're quicker than the previous car in this series, the MG6, as well as the likes of the Nissan, no, not, well, yeah, the Nissan Sentra were quicker than another Nissan, as well as the GMC Jimmy and the likes of the Subaru Legacy RS. But we are slightly behind the McLaren 765 LT, the Plymouth Barracuda Formula S, and the Subaru WRX STI ARX supercar. So yeah, second fastest Nissan that we've had on this series so far, although I'm right in saying that we've only had a few others. We've had 4 others outside of this. So yeah, we're quicker than the Pickup Rally Raid, which, you know, is a car meant for going off-road, and yet that was far slower than this. So yeah, overall really impressed by how well balanced this was, how easy to control it was, how, yeah, negative free basically this car was. No, it's not the quickest by any means, which I guess you could say it is a negative, but in terms of just being able to drive it and have fun with it, it was practically perfect. So yeah, no real issues to report with this car. So yeah, over on the whole, a really rather good car to drive on this series. Nonetheless, though, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.